Chapter 8. Nu, funny brook a seven seal, there wasna a soon in heaven, for about half an hour. Syne I looked on the seven sins, at steed afore Aul Mither, were gien seven toothroats. Syne another sin come on steed at the altar, holding a golden censer. He was gien a great muckle heap of incense to offer up wi' a prayers, all a purains, on the golden altar at steed afore a throne. On the reek of the incense rees up afore Aul Mither, by the sins han, along wi' a prayers all a purains. Syne the send took a censer and filled it wi' a fire by the altar, and hurled it down upon the earth. And there was thunder, and lightning, and an earthquake. Syne the seven sins, that were holding a seven toothroats, set out to blow them. A firstine blew, and hailstones on fire, mixed in with blood, appeared and was hurled upon the earth. A third of a wall was burnt. A third of the trees were burnt, and ilka blade of green gorse was burnt. A second wind blew, and it looked like a muckle blazing mountain was flung into the sea. A third of the sea was turned to blood. A third of all living creatures in the sea died, and a third of all bodies come to croconation. A third wind blew, and a muckle star shot out to a lift, blazing like a flashy, and it fell on a third of all it burns, on springs of water. And a star is called wormwood. And a third of water turned to wormwood. And many folk were killed, 'cause the water was poisoned. A fourth wind blew on a third part of the sun, a third part of the moon, and a third of the stars were stricken. A third part of the light of ilka een of them was blacked out. Say there was nae light for a third part of a day, and a third part of a night. Syne I looked and heard an eagle, screaking out of it, and flew in the midst of heaven. Wally, 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 to all forbide in a while, for now soon comes fair toothroats at the tither three sins Mont Blanc. Chapter 9. Syne a fifth wind blew, and I saw a star that had fallen down from heaven to earth. And he was gien a kai till a bottomless pit. And he opened the pit, and a yom o' reek like a reek o' muckle furnace rees out o' it. And a licht o' sun, and the air itself was blackened out, wi' a reek fae a pit. And out the reek came locusts down on a ground, and they were gien a poor as in a scorpions in a while. They had orders nae to harm ony gorse, nor ony green growing planties, nor ony tree, but to do ill ony to folk, for didna hae a seal Aul Mither on their brews. But they warna gien a poor to do a wall wi' them, but to just tyrannize them for 5 months. And the tyrannizing was to be sair like a probe o' a scorpion. In 6 days chills will seek death, but they'll never come on it. They'll be monging to wither awa, but death winna come till them. A locust looketh for all a while like horses set out for effect. On their heads they hid fit looketh to be like crowns of gold. Their looks were like a looks o' a man, and they had long hair like wifies. Their teeth were like a teeth o' a lion, and their breasts were like iron breastplates. On a flopping of their wings was like a soon o' mony chariots, on horses charging till effect. They had tails like scorpions, wi' stongs in o' them. We a poor to tyranny's folk for 5 months. There was a lad in charge of them, the send o' a bottomless pit, fa was called in a Hebrew tongue, Abaddon, and in a Greek tongue, Apollyon. It was a horror, uta away, but there was yet twa to come. A Scots send sign blue, on a hair device speaking fair 4 nooks o' a golden altar at stands afore Aul Mither. It said till a Scots send, wi' a tutorut, La louse a 4 sins, far bun at the muckle water o' Euphrates. On this 4 sins, fa had been made ready for the hour, a day, a month, on the year, were set louse to do awa wi' a 3rd part o' mankind. They had 200 million horsemen, or so they said. On sign in my vision, I saw a horse, and all shields on them. They had breastplates, o' bricked reed and blue and yellow, and a horse's heads looked like a heads o' lions. And out of their mouths come reek and fire, and brimstone. There's 3, oughts to say, a reek and a fire and a brimstone, out come gushing out of their mouths. A 3rd part of mankind was killed. 'Cause their poor is in their mouths, and in their tails. Their tails were like snakes with heads, and wi' them they did muckle ill. A lave of mankind, fa werena killed this tyrannation, didna haud awa fair work o' their ain hands, nor did they haud fae worshipping deals and idols made out of gold, and silver, and brass, and steen and wood, at canna see nor hear, nor meve. And they didna have a change in thoughts and feelings, o' their murthering, sorcery, whoring, and thieving. Chapter 10. Syne I saw another Mick descend, coming down fae heaven, clad in a cloud, wi' a rainbow round his head. His dish blazed like a sun, and his legs were like pillars of fire. He had a wee buckie lying open in his hand. He planted his right foot on a sea, and his left foot on his land. Syne he roared out to him, wi' a voice like that o' a lion. And when he roared, 7 thunders lifted their voices. I was young awa to break down fit 7 thunders had said, when I heard a voice fae heaven saying to me, seal up fit the 7 thunders said, but dinna break it down. Syne the send, fa I had seen, standing wi' a fit on a sea, and a fit on a land, rocked his hand up to heaven, and swore by him fa lives forever and ever, fa created heaven and all thing in it, and a land and all thing on it, and a sea and all thing in it. There'll be nae mair standing about. In a days at are about to be announced, by a blaw and a tutorut, o' a 7th send, Aul Mither's hardened purpose will be finished, just as he said to his servants, prophets, and the voice at I heard fae heaven spake to me eens mair. Go on and tak a wee book, at's lying open i' the hand o' a send, wi' a fit on a land, and a fit on a sea. Say I gaed ower to the send, and spirt at him to gie me a wee buckie. And he said to me, tak it and et it up, It'll mock your stomach sore, but sweet as honey in all your moo. And I took a wee bucky out of the sin's hand and ate it up, and it was as sweet as honey in all my moo, but as soon as I had eaten it, I had a guy sair guts. Syne they said to me, "You maun prophesy again about mony folk, and countries, and tongues, and kings." Chapter 11. I was gien a long stick like a miserin rod, until nu gang and miser on Mictus temple, on the altar, and count fu mony are worshipping there. But leave out the outer court, on the temple, and dinna miser it. 'Cause it's been gien hour till the Gentiles, and they'll trump our a pure tune, for 42 month. I'll send my 12 witnesses to prophecy, rigged out in sackcloth, all through a 1260 days. This is a 12 olive trees, and a 12 candlesticks, at stand afore Almighty o' a while. Gin anybody seeks to do them ill, fire pours out of their mouths, and burns up their face. And not why, gin ony chill does them ill, they'll be deen awa. Is witnesses have a poor to shut up a lift, and stop a rain fawn from their preaching. Moreover, they have a poor to turn water into bleed, and to strike a whirl wi' ony kind of pest, whenever they went. But from their throw wi' their witnessing, a beast will come up out of a bottomless pit. Gang to war wi' them, get the better of them, and do awa wi' them. Their dead bodies will lie in the streets o' a muckle town, called by them wi' spiritual understanding, Sodom and Egypt, a very place for where Master was hanged on a stake. For 3.5 days, chills for all lands and clans and tongues and nations will gulp up their bodies, and winna lot them be buried. A folk forbide in a while will gloat o'er them, and hae a rare tear, and gie een another prisons. 'Cause is 12 prophets had brought sic a tyrannizing to a folk a while. But after een o' 3.5 days, a breath o' life fell michty come until them, and they steed up on their feet, and all foresaw them were terrified. Syne a muckle voice was heard speaking till them for heaven, saying, "Come awa up here." And they gaed up to heaven in a cloud, and their face saw them. And at same minute there was a muckle earthquake. A 10th part o' a town was down down, and 7,000 folk were kent to hae been lost i' the earthquake. 11 were terrified and gied a stem to Almighty o' heaven. It was a second horror out o' a way. But look, see, here's a third een coming hard ahind. Syne a 7th sind blew, and there was muckle voices in heaven saying, "A poor to rule o'er a while new belongs to our Master, and to his anointed, and he'll reign for ever and ever." And the 24 elders, sitting on their thrones afore Almighty, plopped down on their dishes, and worshipped Almighty, saying, "We thank you, Master Almighty, Almighty, for is, and was, and is to come. You've ta'en on your muckle poor, and have turned out to be king. A countries o' a whirl were raised, but now a time o' your anger has come, and wi' it a time for a deed to be judged, and for reward to begin to your servants, a prophets on a purains, on them for fear your name, both great and small. News a time to fest croconation on them for fest croconation on a wall. Sign Almighty's temple in heaven was opened, on a covenant boxy could be seen. And there was lightning flashing, on thunder rumbling, all kind of din, on earthquake, on storm of hailstones. Chapter 12. Anew there appeared a muckle fairly in heaven, a woman clad wi' a sun, underneath her feet was a mean on a crown wi' 12 stars on her head. She was in a family way, and was skirling out wi' her birth pangs, and she was near hand come on her time. Syne another fairly appeared in heaven, a muckle red dragon, wi' 7 heads, and 10 horns, and 7 crowns on his heads. His tail swiped down a third paratile of stars in heaven, and flung them down upon the earth. On a dragon steed afore a woman, that was i' the family way, say at as soon as she was bitter, he would eat up her bairnie. And she gied birth till a wee loony, for is to be shepherd to all a while, rolling wi' a wand of iron. Her bairn was clocked up to Almighty until his throne. And a woman skyst awa till a rock country, for she hid a placey made ready for her be Almighty, for she would be looked after for 1260 days. Syne war broke out in heaven. Michael and his sins fought wi' a dragon, and a dragon fought wi' his sins. But they didna get the better of it, and they were flung out of heaven. Say, a great muckle dragon, a serpent, o' all, was caught a deal, and all horny, for led the hale warl ugly, was haved down on a warl, and his sins were haved down wi' him. Syne I heard a muckle voice in heaven, saying, Now is the hour of salvation, and strength, and the kingdom almighty, and the poor all iniquity. 'Cause the accuser, our brothers, has been haved down his place. For he steed afore were almighty, accusing them day and night. They got the better of him, by a bleed o' a lamb, and by a troth o' their word. They didna care a dockin for their lives, in a very jaws of death. Be glad, syne, ye heavens, and all ye that dwell in them. But wae for a while on the sea, 'cause a deal has come down to ye in a blazing rage, kenning his time is nae long. Van a dragon found out he'd been hoisted down till a earth. He tyrannized a woman, for he'd hid a wee loony, but she was gien 12 muckle eagle's wings, say that she could flee till her placey, il a rock country, for she was looked after for 3 year and 6 month, out a way o' a dragon. Syne the dragon scooshed out o' his mouth a muckle spate of water after a woman, to try to wash her awa. But the earth come till her rescue, and opened its mouth, and swallowed a water at the dragon had scooshed out its mouth. Syne the dragon was fair raced wi' a woman, and gaed awa to wage war on a live o' her bairns. That's to say, all them that keep Almighty's word, and keep a troth o' Jesus. And the dragon steed up on a shore. Chapter 13. As a steed on a sun along a shore, I saw a beast rise out o' water. It had 10 horns on 7 heads. There was croons on ilka horn, on names spikenil Aul Mither on his heads. A beast out I saw was like a leopard, though he had the feet o' a bear, on a moo like a moo o' a lion. On a dragon gied him his poor, on his seat unmuckle authority. On I saw een o' his heads hid a sair bit, it looked like it would hae deen awa wi' him. But the sair bit was all healed up. On the hale warl thought the beast a guy fairly. On they worship it a dragon, 'cause he'd gien authority to a beast. Sign they worship it a beast, on all saying, Fa's like a beast, fa can fecht wi' it, an awfu' stight aboot Aul Mither come out o' its moo. He was lettin' louse for 42 days. He opened his moo, and they'll speak about Aul Mither come out o' it. Con him all thin, on heaven on all folk that dwell there. And he was allowed to wage war on the Purains, and to overcome them, and gain authority over all clans, and folk, and tongues, and countries. All folk in a world will worship him. All them whose names hinna been written in a book o' life. It belongs to a lamb slaughtered for a foon o' a world. Gin ye have lugs, hearken to this. Gin ony chill is heedin for a giles for he'll eat up. Gin ony chill slaughter wi' a sword, him on himself be slaughtered by a sword. Amo all is a patience and long-suffering o' a Purains. Sign I saw another beast rising out o' a yard. He had 2 horns like a lammy, but spoke wi' a voice o' a dragon. It worketh all the authority o' a first beast afore its very een, and gart a whirl on all folk in o' it worship a first beast, fa's deedly sair bitty had been made all better. And he shewed mony fairlies, mocking fire come doon fra heaven to earth, afore folks very een. He mislippent them fa dwell in a warl, wi' a fairlies, he was allowed to shew afore a beast, saying to a folk fa dwell in a warl, that they should mock an image to honour a beast, fa took a strict fair sword, but yet recovered fet, and was allowed to gie breath to its image, or a beast, say that the image could speak and condemn to death all them that didna worship its image. Sign it caused allbody, great and small, wealthy and pure, freeman and slave, to talk kill on their richt hand or on their brew. It was say that nobody could buy or sell unless they was marked wi' a name o' a beast, or a number o' its name. Nu fit are we saying? Let onybody wi' a heed on o' them work out the number o' a beast. Its number o' a man, and its number is 666. Chapter 14. Sign I looked, and there was a lamb standing on Mount Zion. And wi' him there was 144,000 that had his name and his father's name written on their brows. I heard a sound fra heaven like a roar o' a muckle waterfall, and grumly thunder. But still anon it was like a sound o' a harper plucking his strings. And new they're singing a new song afore a throne, and afore a 4 beasts and the elders. Nobody could learn a song, voorbij 144,000 were redeemed by a while. There are chills that have never lain wi' a woman, and never hid sex. There are chills that follow a lamb wherever he gangs. His chills were redeemed by more men, and are a foremost to be offered to Almighty and to a lamb. Never a lee has come out of their mouths, 'cause they're without fault. Sign I saw ascend, fleeing in the midst of heaven, holding the everlasting good send to proclaim to them that are on the earth, to elke country, and clan, and tongue, and folk. He was roaring out to him in a loud voice, "Hae fear Almighty, and gie a stem till him, 'cause the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth, on a sea, and a springs of water." Sign another send followed him, crying, "Babylon is doon, Babylon is doon, at muckle tune. She gart all countries drink o' claret or whore's work." And a third send followed them, saying in a loud voice, "Gin anybody worship a beast, on his image, on his keel on their brew, or their hand, that body will drink o' claret, o' Michty's honour, poured out neat until the cup o' his passion. They'll be tormented wi' fire and brimstone afore a pure sins, and afore a lamb. A reek o' their torment will rise up forever and ever, and there will be nae deval, day nor nicht for them that worship a beast, and his image, and them that are killed wi' his name. In all this stands the long-suffering o' pure ains, them that keep the commands o' Almighty, and their faith in Jesus." And I heard a voice from heaven saying to me, "Write down this. From now on, sealful are a deed for thee in the Master. Aye, says the Spirit, 'cause they rest for their troubles, and their deeds gang with them." Sign I looked, and a white cloud appeared, and on it sat a chiel that looked like a son of man, with a golden crown on his head, on his hand a sharp hook. Sign another send come out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on a cloud, "Hold to your hook, and cut the crop, 'cause the harvest's here, and the corn's ready." Sign in, sitting on a cloud, held at it with his hook, our all a whirl, and the harvest on a whirl was deen. Sign another send come out of a temple in heaven, and he had a sharp hook too. And another send come out from the altar, for he had a command our fire, and roared out in a loud voice to the send with a sharp hook, "Hold to with your sharp hook, and gather in the grape harvest, 'cause the bunches are ripe." And the send held at it with his hook, until a whirl, and gathered the harvest of a whirl's vineyard, and cast it into a muckle winepress, o' Michty's honour. The grapes were trampled outside the town, and out of a winepress poured bleed for 1,200 mile, in a barn as heek as horses' bridles.